DNVR Broncos live, coming to you from the corner of Colfax and York here in Denver, Colorado, where every sun is afraid to show its face in Denver
Wow,
today.
it's so true. Wow. It's cloudy as can be.
Yep.
It is.
Nuggets shut down the clouds.
Yeah, the Nuggets embarrassed the sun so much that didn't want to come out today.
Damn.
Wow.
And you know what? On the forecast, it's not supposed to come out for another week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a great omen.
The weather today is supposed to be so weird.
I loved it. Like walking just from my car to the door, I was like, wait, it's warm.
It's
This is awesome.
it's like misty.
misty.
Yeah.
Like
You get hit in the face with mist as you walk.
but it wasn't cold. Like I was just like I was rushing out of the house. I'm like, do I grab a jacket? I'm like, no, I don't have time. I'll be all right. I got out of the car. I was like, oh, this is nice.
I love these days because we never have them. I
know.
could see how having this for months on end, like in the north, would be awful. But occasionally it's fun.
I had a roommate from Ireland. On days like this, he was just like so hype.
This is a Chris
He's like, this is what I call
Bianchi.
weather.
It's home.
It's a Chris Bianchi tweet, who's a weather guy. But
The
he
way
tweeted
you
yesterday.
pronounced that made it sound like his name is Crispy.
Yes, that's what I thought. And I'm like, anchovy? What are you
Crispy
saying?
anchy.
I didn't know you were talking about a person.
He tweeted this yesterday and said, I think it's safe to say we haven't had a Denver area severe weather risk like tomorrow since at least 2018. And like backing wind, shear, and ample moisture, and very large. So I don't totally understand, but he said like tornadoes are in play in Denver. And like there's crazy hail that went on
In
up
Denver
north.
or in Colorado?
In Denver.
So I think this same guy put out a TikTok earlier this week.
Really?
My fiance saw it, and I asked the exact same thing that Ryan did. I said, are you sure he wasn't talking about just like Colorado or Denver? And she's like, no, it was
It's Denver. And then you go out there and it's just like, this is weird. I couldn't decide. I was like, should I drive my car and park it outside instead of in the garage? What if there's hail? Or should I scooter? In which case,
Ooh.
the idea is I scooter through the hail. But do I take the beating instead of the car? It was a weird. I drove.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good that's a good call. Henry, you're more valuable than your car.
I appreciate that.
Dang.
Yeah.
I might have to like take my car back home after this.
I know.
It's
Or
really
maybe
true.
I'm overreacting to this tweet I saw. But it is weird out there. Something's up.
Yeah, it
A
really
lot of people overreact to tweets. So.
that's very
That is true.
And to weather.
It doesn't feel right, that's for sure.
It doesn't. So this is very random segue, but to relate it back to the Broncos, I said Denver and you said damn right after, and it reminded me of the song that John Elway once tweeted, Damn Denver. And it just brought me joy of John Elway's Twitter account.
Oh man, the occasional native tweet, usually like talking about someone who died,
Yeah.
and then a RotoWire retweet.
Yeah.
Exactly. For a dude that has over 1 million followers.
I know, such a waste.
It is.
Okay,
I love it.
so we opened up with the Nuggets, and we're staying on the Nuggets.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Kind of. So, I was at the game last night. Hank was at the game last night.
Unreal. Hank was kind of at the game last night.
Yeah.
He was physically there.
Zach was asking me walking in, like, what was the environment like? And I was like, I have no idea. Like, I drank, we took that illegal Pete's deal, like the free marg, but then also the 15-ounce house beers for $15.
And the free marg? Wow.
Yeah, it was a night. And then
But there's 3 of you.
Yeah, I did some heavy lifting. I got there first.
Okay.
And so I kind of got the bucket. I had 3, they each had 1.
Oh, okay.
Because they were still working on the
So
margs.
45 ounces of beer and a margarita before the game for you. That's good work.
And
I had to
illegal
move on.
Pete's marg, too.
Bought my second avalanche at the game after the first quarter.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, so it was a night and also kind of a morning in a way.
If I drank that much beer, I would have heartburn for 3 weeks.
I've been eating so many bananas. Dre says
I've been eating
yesterday,
a lot of bananas too.
Bananas helps with heartburn?
Dre says, I mean,
Dre thinks that-
Dre thinks
Dre
bananas
thinks that
are
like bananas
everything.
help your marriage.
exactly. It was like,
Things like bananas cure cancer, dude. Don't listen to Dre at all. Like,
yeah. The point is though, all I know is that every time there was a basket, I was standing and screaming and waving my towel, so I can't really speak for what anybody else is
I hate
doing.
that I'm derailing a little bit here.
It's okay.
But I guess you can't derail
it's
if
a
we never
Wednesday.
started on
Ah,
that.
that's true.
We need to have a conversation about fan etiquette.
Oh.
Not good etiquette?
Honestly, 3 people in my section,
Etiquette.
Nuggets fans, ruined the vibes in our section for the whole
Nuggets
game.
fans.
Whoa.
Yep.
Wow.
Look, if everyone was on the same page about standing up the whole game, I would be entirely
so down.
in on that.
Yeah, yeah.
These 3 people who are sitting directly in front of me just wanted to stand the whole game. And I really mean the whole game.
Yeah.
The only time they sat down was at halftime.
Wow.
And again, for me personally, I don't care. I'll stand all game for sure.
Right.
But then if you stand up, I have to stand up. If I stand up, the like 80-year-old woman behind me has to stand up. So I'm in this like weird position where I'm like, I don't want to ruin her game, but I also paid a lot of money to be here. I want to watch the game.
Yep.
And it was just like, got to a point where one of the guys next to me was like, hey guys, can you please sit down? The guy turns around and goes, that's a you problem, bro.
No.
And I was just like, really, dude? Like, what are we doing here? Why would you come to the game and just want everyone behind you to hate you?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. They're like, it's the playoffs, bro. Stand up. And I'm like, I get that. Like,
Sure.
but you're making decisions for hundreds of people behind you. Like, you just have to understand that's not what everyone's doing.
So
I'm team standing guy. Everybody should be standing, and it takes people to do it. We were in a good situation.
I just don't think you have to follow the vibes.
Yeah.
The vibes
I
last
agree
night.
with
It's a must-win fight.
Wait, were you
I think vibes
were you
are standing. So
No one was
are-
standing. These 3 were the only people standing in the whole stadium.
So our tickets are like, so there's like the upper level, and then there's like that hang down balcony part.
Yeah.
So we're in that, but it's only 3 rows. So we're the 3rd row, so there's no way behind us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was
So
standing a lot.
then you can stand.
That's following the vibe.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, there were moments where I looked around the entire lower bowl, and these were the only 3 people standing in the whole stadium.
So did you
Should've
have to
caught
stand
on.
then?
Yeah, I was like trying to. So basically, when I was kind of behind the basket, like 11th row, no big deal.
Damn.
And if the play was on the other side of the court,
Yeah.
I could sit. You know how like when the seat folds up,
Yeah.
I could sit on that part and still see. So I was like going between that, and then when it was on this side, I would stand up. But I just like felt so bad for the people
Yeah.
behind me,
Yeah.
who clearly like weren't capable
Right.
of standing the whole game.
Standing for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, but I'm like I can't not watch. Like it was,
Right.
and they were
Yeah.
tall too, so it's not like I could like peek through. Like,
Dang. Yeah, that sucks.
so yeah. And speaking of fan etiquette,
Oh.
Fetiquette, as I like to call it.
it just sounds like you're saying something bad.
Yeah, and I don't even know what it
Yeah.
is.
It's
I
a-
agree. Every time I
well,
say it, I'm like, wait, is this?
It either sounds like some sort of fetish.
Oh,
a foot fetish?
Yeah. That could,
Fetish?
yeah. I guess if you say fetiquette, people probably think fetish etiquette before fan etiquette. My bad.
Anyways,
I thought that was
people
part of
resist
the. I
that
thought that was
fetish.
part of the bit.
No.
Was that you were trying to make it sound like
No.
a fetish?
there's some
We'll pull it back out when there's
controversy.
fetish etiquette.
There's some controversy afoot.
Oh wow! Impressive.
Studio A, a foot.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna give my take on the situation because I've heard a few different ones, but from my perspective, and I'll give you the other perspective that I heard this morning as well after I finish mine. I look up at the Jumbotron. Russell Wilson's on there. Actually, no. I hear boos.
Oh.
I look up at the Jumbotron. Russell Wilson's on there.
Oh, you expected Matt Ishbia
And God, that huge L on the Nuggets part. Huge L.
by allowing
By
him to
not
sit there?
showing
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Matt
yeah.
Ishbia and Snake Mel Tucker
Yeah.
on the Jumbotron. Like I actually paid a little bit more than I was willing to because once I saw them there, because I was like, oh, I like it'll be cathartic for me to boo the shit out of Mel Tucker. So huge L on the Nuggets part.
I
I
agree.
look up, it's Russell Wilson, and immediately I start I go into I'm gonna have to talk about this tomorrow, so I need to process everything. So I was locked in. I was like, any cheers? No. 0 people were cheering from my perspective.
Oh no.
And it wasn't a wholehearted, hearty boo like it would have been for Matt Ishbia or Mel Tucker.
Right.
But it was, I would say 20% of the fans were booing and 80% of the fans were doing nothing.
Oh man.
So
that is brutal.
I had not heard that he was booed. I must have missed him on the big screen. I don't know what I was doing, but
You also missed half the
I was
game
in
because
my-
you were drunk, to be fair.
okay, I didn't miss a second of that game. Trust me, I didn't.
He just doesn't remember the game.
Okay.
Oh, I remember playing. I went back. I jogged my memory watching like the 10-minute cut up this
All right.
morning.
We're over your drinking lesson.
It's important to the story.
Let's go to what I heard this morning, which was from Vic Lombardi,
Okay.
who said the reason fans were booing, and again, remember, I'm reacting to boos, so I look up and I just see Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
He said the reason fans were booing is because Rocky came over to him with a football to like play catch, and he waved him off.
Rusted?
Oh.
Yes. Which maybe is worse.
Seriously.
Could he? I mean, he's all healed from the shoulder thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so because that'd be the only excuse is like if you're dealing with something with the shoulder, I get not messing with it. I have a tough time believing.
And
it.
I will say, in support of what Vic is saying, at the very end of the game, they said the PA announcer Kyle Speller came on and said, "Fans, who wants it? I have a signed autographed football from Sean Payton, not from Russell Wilson."
So I did see a video, I believe it was on D-Mac's Twitter, of Russ signing a football with Rocky there. Russ signing a football, then he gives it to Tim Patrick, then it goes to Sean Payton. And I gotta say, it was a very far away video of them signing it. None of the three looked thrilled to be doing this at all. It looked like so unbelievably
How do you
forced.
not expect it?
Oh, exactly, especially when these guys are sitting courtside.
I have so
by
many
the way.
takes. I have so many takes.
And
You should want to do it.
Sean Payton, in the past, he's been to Nuggets games, and he has sat like deep in a suite, and I don't even think they've been able to like put him on the jumbotron because of it. That if you don't want to be seen, you do that.
Exactly.
And Russ has sat in suites before. You sit courtside, and you're Sean Payton, and you're Russell Wilson. You're gonna get the Rocky treatment.
Also,
and
like,
get like a-
scoreboard.
When
It's
they go to
30-second thing.
Peyton
Yeah.
Manning School of Attending Sporting Events, Peyton Manning's throwing touchdowns
Yeah.
to Rocky,
Yeah,
signing
yeah,
the
yeah.
balls,
Yeah,
getting the
yeah,
fans fired
yeah.
up. Like,
And then people
what
love
are
it.
what are we doing? Okay,
Wouldn't that have been nice if Peyton was there last night? And so like all that happened,
show
and
that.
then they go with Peyton, and Peyton's just like, yeah, let's chuckle out, and
Right.
everybody goes crazy. It's like, oh, Russ, there's your missed opportunity.
honestly, I think Russ is afraid he wouldn't complete the pass. Dead
Oh
ass.
my god.
I'm dead serious that I think that's
Oh
the reason he didn't want
my
to.
gosh.
Could you imagine?
I did not
He
know
knows
this
that-
conversation was going to take this route.
Could you imagine?
Knows that would go viral.
Oh, yeah.
Russell Wilson airmails Rocky at the Nuggets game.
Could you imagine? Sean cuts him.
He is imagining
Right
it.
then.
That's why he didn't throw the football.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
So
he has to be able to complete the pass.
either way, though, in terms of why he was being booed, I thought you were going to say they did show Matt Ishbia right before, and fans are booing that. Then they cut to Russ. The fact that they're booing him for whatever, they're booing him.
Okay, so let's start there because I have a few things that I want to work through here. We start with this. I'm against booing Russell Wilson at the Nuggets.
Yes.
I don't think that's the
Absolutely.
right move.
Agreed.
I totally understand everyone's frustration with Russell Wilson, but as Broncos fans, the only hope of the team being good lies on Russell Wilson's shoulders. And that's a bad place to be after the way he played last year. But you gotta just want to try to like will him into getting back to who he is.
Yeah.
Whose side are you on, right? Like,
Right,
you
right,
should be
right.
trying to help him, not make him think, oh, everybody hates. Like,
Yep.
don't make him down in the dumps. That's not going to make anything any better.
Exactly. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? The guy, like, personally, I think the guy needs as much help in terms of
Yes.
his confidence and his feelings and all that stuff as possible. And this is very detrimental to that.
Yes.
And so I'm just like, guys, come on. Like, it's one bad year. I would understand if it was like the end of like the 5-year contract. He's been bad the whole time. All hope is lost.
But you're on this cruise ship for another 6 years. You
we're
can't get off.
Right. We're like stuck here.
Yes.
And so
Don't
I'm
like
not
cheer for the
expecting anyone
ship
to like
sink.
Right.
I'm not expecting anyone to like go crazy like they did the first time Russ and Sierra
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah.
But I mean, a round of applause. Like, I don't even expect you to cheer. Just
Yeah.
Don't boo.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
go Broncos.
Just don't boo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just don't boo.
So that one was tough for me. And I was just like, I
And I
get it.
agree.
I'm not. I understand why people are so frustrated, but let's think of the long game here.
Yeah.
We just need Russell Wilson to feel good.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mentally be in a good spot.
And
That's always been my thing about like booing the home team, like or booing the team that you like. Like what? Whose side are you on? Like, aren't you trying to? Don't you want them to be better? Like that.
yeah,
That doesn't
it's like
help.
It's
It doesn't
like an
help.
expression of frustration that you want them to know, like, we don't accept this. I understand that like in a game.
Me too. Yep.
We're-
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
To me, we should be
I could never
thinking
get
like
behind it.
all eyes forward.
Yep. Not what happened last year.
Schedule's dropping tomorrow. It's all fresh.
Yeah.
Forget about last year. And then, hey, if Russell Wilson sucks through the first 3 weeks of the season, I'm not going to try and stop anyone from booing him because I know what's going to happen.
Right.
But right now, I'm just like, let's try and go clean slate mode.
Yep. I'm right there with you. So tough. Very tough.
It was tough. I went to school with that girl.
Wow.
The guy drives me insane.
I've never seen this show.
Neither have I. But I've never heard him talk. I just keep seeing his stupid face, and I can't.
Jeez.
People
We're not going to explain
watching
what we're watching.
or listening.
I was
There's
hoping we
a
wouldn't.
TV on.
Oh, it's a different show.
There's a TV on behind our set, which we're watching. And
It was the
there's a
last
on.
show.
Okay.
The last show. That guy
Here's
with
my
the
next take.
glasses.
What are you doing, Russ? Why are you sitting courtside?
Oh. It kind of goes against what Sean has wanted. So maybe Sean, what are you doing sitting courtside? And then also what Russ has done this offseason. Russ has done a good job changing from the way he was last year. Last year he was very disconnected.
And he
was very connected to social media. Now he's disconnected.
He had RBF the whole game.
Dang. So
Russ
not
did
even like
Yeah, there
Wait,
you go.
Russ did?
Yes.
Interesting.
so like not into it. Not
Just like looking mad. And I mean, I say the whole game. Every time I looked over there, it just looked like he like wasn't having a good time. And I'm just like, you kind of have to have a little bit of self-awareness of just like, it's not going great so far.
right.
I don't think that you should be doing like celebrity things. Like go to the game for sure, but just sit in the box.
Right. Yep.
I just think it's weird. It's like a weird thing to do with the way that clearly the fan base feels right now. But I guess it comes down to whose seats were they?
I have a little insight
Oh.
into that. And so, to set the stage for everyone, if you didn't watch the game last night, Tim Patrick was sitting next to Russell Wilson, who was sitting next to Sean Payton's wife.
Yep.
And then Sean Payton was on the other side. And often throughout the game, you saw Sean like leaning over his wife to talk to Russell Wilson. It was like, oh, that's, he just wanted her like included. But it's like those four.
Sean Payton always looks like he's mansplaining something.
I know. There was a clip today that came out of them, or maybe I saw it today, of him like showing something on his phone and doing that stuff. It absolutely looked like that. They were
Like
talking.
he even mansplained a stat to the TNT broadcast.
Yeah.
apparently.
Yes, he did.
He and Russ, that second quarter, were talking a lot.
Yeah.
Which I guess shouldn't be like a surprise, other than the fact that like we all think Sean Payton hates him.
Okay, so let's get to this.
So it's like, okay, those four were together, came together, and it's like, okay, maybe this is kind of a good step in the right direction. Sean, Russ, going to a game together, talking through a lot of the game, until this tweet from Brandon Cristall.
BK,
comes
what did you
up.
do to us?
Can
I
we
haven't
pull
seen
this
this
up
either.
here? It's a picture of the four of them, and it says, per source, Sean Payton is enjoying, quote, date night with his wife, Shailene. It is total coincidence that they are seated next to Russell Wilson and Tim Patrick.
I believe it.
Ouch. I mean, that was just like, it because at first you see it and you're
How
like,
does this even get out?
well, someone put it out there with information, told BK with information that it was date night with his wife. How many people do you think it knows that it's Sean's just on date night with his wife courtside?
This is what I mean.
Coincidentally sitting next to Tim Patrick and Russell Wilson. I have not asked BK, so I can speculate fairly. I think probably it came from Sean himself.
Regardless, first of all, props to Sean Payton if date night for you is going to the Nuggets
Yes.
game.
Courtside.
It'd be my date.
Allie-
I made $17 million a year, whatever. it
Allie
is.
would go to
It's true.
all 41 home games with me, but I wouldn't get to claim that as date night.
Right.
Yeah, fair.
Like, date night's got to be something other than
Yeah,
sports,
yeah,
if
yeah.
I want to call it. Remember we did date night last week? We went to the Nuggets game. That's not date night. So props to Sean. Why, though? Even if you're Sean Payton, why?
My guess, and obviously I think BK did the digging on this. I don't think whether it was Sean, whether it was someone else told BK just out of nowhere. So BK probably did the digging. But then for it to come out is just like, there was a little bit of optimism that maybe Sean is warming up to Russ because we haven't seen that much yet. And now it's just like, nope. Total coincidence. They just happen to be there.
Now I'm imagining like Sean Payton walking to his seat and being like, "Oh God."
Hopefully he wasn't. But yeah, like it would. I don't know. I would have been surprised if Sean and Russ had like organized like an outing together. Like Sean doesn't feel like the kind of coach who would just go somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see them next to each other, though, it's like it would be a crazy coincidence. But I talked to Jerry when he was sitting next to Emmanuel. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, like, how'd you wind up going to a game with Emmanuel? He was like, oh, we didn't go together. I was like, we were just like in the whatever luxury area. And I was like, oh, hey, Emmanuel, what's up? And it was like, what's up? And we got to our seats and we're like, oh, no way, we're sitting next to each other. And went great. So it's like,
I mean, there's only 100 seats on the floor. So
yeah.
And how many people are willing to pay for the ones right in the middle of the court?
Ones,
yeah.
So my theory all along was Russ bought the tickets and invited Sean, his wife, had an extra one, invited Tim.
Yeah.
But I guess such was not the case.
I for sure thought something like that was the case.
Do you think that's why Russell Wilson was in a bad mood? He didn't want to see Sean Payton, and then he saw him there, and he's like,
oh my God. There's massive issues if Russ is in a bad mood all game because of that.
What if Sean sat down and was like, oh, you guys are sitting courtside, huh? Guess you weren't really listening in that meeting we had, huh?
Enjoy it, because days are numbered. You're making $50 million this year.
Oh,
Might not
man.
last.
I'm surprised they didn't show Sean Payton on the Jumbotron, because I think he would have gotten a cheer.
Yeah.
But maybe they were just gun shy after showing
I was
Russ.
surprised they didn't show Russ, but then it turned out they did, and I just missed it. So
Yeah, well, it was quick. And that was one more thing I observed. Cameras on him. I look up, booze, boom, switch the shot. Switch
Smart.
the shot.
Nuggets were aware.
Yeah.
I was pretty locked into those guys in like the second quarter because that's when I found him. I was like, oh, they're here somewhere, but like the game and all that. And I was like, oh, there he is. But they really were talking a lot
Yeah.
in that second quarter.
Yeah.
And I think they were like late coming out in the third quarter. And I don't remember seeing Sean Payton.
No, they were. It seemed
So
like
I didn't see what happened
a
after.
bonding moment.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I can't wait for
And-
Sean Payton to be like, yeah, actually, Joe Montana was on the other.
Yeah, we were just talking about when we saw Joe
I
Montana.
was showing him all the pictures of me and Joe together.
He's like, I went to the game with John Calipari. Which that was a wild
man.
scene.
Yeah.
Cale McCarr, Devon Taves, they put them on the Jumbotron, and I'm like, that's John Calipari.
He's sitting next to him. Yeah.
Was he there in support of Jamal?
Well, Jamal
Booker.
and Devin Booker.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So he wasn't wearing Nuggets gear then?
He did tweet out, though, I loved this. He tweeted out, hey, all my UMass fans got to hang
Yeah.
out with Cale McCarr at the Nuggets game last night.
Ah, I
True.
love it. I love it. So kind of some roller coaster of emotions in that segment. Let's end it with a good one. How about Tim Patrick being
I know.
with Russ? I can't imagine that Tim just had one individual courtside seat and Russ had one individual courtside seat. I have to imagine those two came together, and I would think that it was on the invite of Russell Wilson, and this is just another sign.
I
mean,
actually think the other way.
Tim invited Russ?
I do. Yeah, well, I've seen Tim courtside a lot.
Oh.
That is true.
And my take about Russ, like, maybe he should not be trying to be in the spotlight. I don't think he is.
He wasn't
But
trying to.
I'll give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt and say, yeah, if your teammate invites you to come to the game, you
Sure.
go.
Well,
And I still really like it. Like the fact that Russ is sitting courtside. Like, you're the starting quarterback for the Broncos, regardless of how things go. Your job is to be right there for these games.
Yeah, just give it till next year, until things are better after this year. But regardless of who invited who, another just Tim and Russ connecting, and obviously we didn't get to see it last year, but leading up to Tim's injury last year, it seemed like, could Tim be the number one receiver for
Yep.
the Broncos because of how much Russell Wilson likes him? Just another sign with those two really getting along.
That's another thing. We were talking about how much those guys were talking.
Yeah.
If that was date night, Sean's just talking to the boys the whole time.
I don't think it's going to count as date night anymore.
Because there's like every time I think about when I looked down there, it's Sean Payton's wife sitting back with him leaning forward and the other two lean forward.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yep.
I think date night when you're an NFL head coach might just be considered anytime you hang out.
Exactly.
Because they're so few and far between when
So it's like,
you're
yeah.
able to actually see each other.
Hope you had a good date night. Like,
Yep.
time to go back for my 130-hour work week. We'll do it again in a couple weeks.
I don't think Sean's. I don't know.
I think this.
He's done it long enough that I think he knows
Yeah.
He actually mentioned that in
the
his
importance
he
of
did.
time.
He mentioned that in his introductory press conference, saying how he's done all the grinding, and he didn't say this exactly, but he knows where you can
Draw the line.
Yeah, draw the line and not cut corners, but I guess maybe cut corners. in a
Cut
good-
corners probably isn't the right word. It's just
Yeah.
like, turns out 130-hour work weeks are not a positive.
Yeah,
And
or
overtime
detrimental.
becomes a net negative.
Yeah, the Broncos coaching staff, specifically on the offensive side of the ball last year, they did not fail because of a lack of commitment and a lack of try. Sometimes it's you need to take a step back. In fact, Tony Dungy, he set a rule for his coaches. It was something crazy. It was like you have to be out of here by 6 p.m. Every single day, unless there's like extenuating circumstances. But that is so rare for the NFL. And Tony Dungy, widely regarded as a very good coach.
Yeah, Coach Prime does a lot of the same stuff, and he also says, like, I don't want you ever bringing your home life here, and I don't want you ever bringing this life back home.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
And that's where the other thing for Sean Payton, it's like he's just done it so many times. It's like if you're Nathaniel Hackett and you're trying to build like a practice for rookie mini camp or whatever, you're going to sit there and you're going to think about it and you're going to like tweak it and you're going to be like, wait, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that. When you're Sean Payton, it's like, yeah, I've done this 20 times. Like that job is not a hard job. I can just do it and that's done.
I realize this is a little bit of a loose comparison, but I just think, like, if you were playing bad golf and then you went to the driving range and hit like 5,000 golf balls,
Yeah.
it's not going to help you.
What's going to help?
Like, maybe take a little rest, maybe take a break,
Yeah.
sit back a
Yeah.
little. Maybe
Yeah.
you do hit a bucket.
Right,
But,
right,
like,
right.
if you hit a bucket and it's bad, and you hit another one that's bad, and you hit another one that's bad, like, you're not getting better.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a really good point. And yeah, taking a step back is a good thing.
Yes, for sure.
You know what else is a good thing? We get the schedule tomorrow.
Let's go.
It
We do.
drops in roughly
Doubleheader.
30 hours. Tomorrow we've got a doubleheader pod. We're going to be going live at 10 a.m. And then also when the schedule drops at 6 p.m. And you're going to want to check out our friends over at Pins and Aces. If you want to be dressed up for this doubleheader tomorrow, if you want to be looking your finest on the golf course or when the schedule drops, check out Pins and Aces, where they've got the best clothes. Not only so many cool designs for shirts you can be wearing on the golf course, but also the comfiest shirts out there. They've also got so many other things. What are they called? Club heads?
Head covers.
Head covers. Oh, that's an easy one. They've got head covers out there. They've got so many different
head is on the club.
accessories. That's true. So it's a head cover.
Yes.
There we go. I'll never forget it until tomorrow. So check out our friends over at Pins and Aces. Use that promo code DNVR, and you're going to get 15% off over at Pins and Aces plus free shipping. That's DNVR over at Pins and Aces.
And also Shady Rays. I actually brought mine with me today. And
Not needed.
yeah, it's a rare don't need the sunglasses
Yeah.
type day. And I was actually thinking, because it's that weird, I don't even know what to go. I'm actually really excited to see how this weather goes all day. I've got like this door. I'm not sure if I'm just going to like look through the window of it or if I'm going to actually crack it open a bit.
Can't believe you've thought this much about how you're going to be looking through your window at the storm.
I am very excited
gonna be a storm
about this
chaser?
weather.
Bro, you should probably come over to my house. Great view of the
shit,
storm.
that's right.
Man. 10
That-
stories up?
Yep.
That would
Dang.
be some prime storm watching for sure.
Also, though, definitely want to leave my house if there's a tornado.
Yes, that is
Ooh,
very
what a
true.
fall. Wow, that would be rough. We can go to my house, ground floor.
Yeah,
Let's
ground
go.
floor.
Yeah, and switch back and forth.
We
But
can.
didn't you say like doors don't fully close at your place?
Oh, actually, funny you should ask. They just yesterday I got in the mail my little strips where it just like it kind of like hangs down. It's like rubbery, so
Yeah.
it kind of pulls a little bit. Put those on there all by myself. Did pretty well.
Wow.
Yep.
Draft.
You're growing
Draft
up.
free now.
Yeah. No drafts, no bugs, no nothing, unless I want it in there. That was again. That's factoring into like, do I open the door? Because I just did that yesterday. I was like,
Right,
am I
right.
really gonna spend my first full day with this door fully sealed with it just wide open?
Wait, finish this Shady Rays ad.
Okay,
so I can
okay.
Tell a story.
Point is, you might not need Shady Rays today, but in general, I mean, it's 300 days of sun. You
Yeah.
want your Shady Rays. They're great sunglasses. I have so much I could say. We got to keep this one reasonable. But if you lose them or break them, they'll replace them with no questions asked. They're premium polarized sunglasses. They're like really good stuff, but they're a lot cheaper than you usually. I guess that's a weird sentence. They cost less than you would usually have to spend to get really good sunglasses. And you can get 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses with the code DNVR. So head on over there.
Okay. We have to show this. Yeah, I just sent you a video, but I'll preface this because I think it fits in with our show. So, Zach, you remember the Mousetrap pod?
Yep.
Henry, back in the day.
I don't think I do, yeah.
Zach and I used to do the post-game show from in the press box.
Yep.
And we would just like bring out the pod gear and record it once everyone left. And we had some wild experiences. One of them, we realized like there was a mouse trap right underneath us, and like there was mouse droppings around it. And then like another time, we were literally in the middle of the pod, and we heard a stampede of rats or mice above our heads.
And
Like
this is when no one else is there. So we were not, it
Whoa.
wasn't like potentially just someone ran by behind us.
no, and you could hear they're like,
Yeah.
and it was like the floor, or like you know those like particle board thing. They were like shaking, like
Wow.
dust is falling down. So we've had experience with rodents
Yeah, we
in
have.
post games.
We have.
Yeah. Can you play that video I just sent?
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
this is hilarious. By the way, warning to anyone watching at home: this has more language than we normally
there
have
we
on our
go.
show.
And earmuffs before. What a novel idea.
Well, I did call all-time earmuffs like 6 months ago.
Yeah,
I know.
That's true.
It's been pretty nice.
And it lasts all time.
It lasts all time.
Yeah,
But I'm just
okay.
saying, like, we throw in a F-bomb here and there. This one has several.
Okay.
This is from the PHNX
Yeah.
Suns post-game show last night.
Tend to do.
I was dying.
And so Kevin Durant, oh, there's a rat right here. That's terrible.
Shut the fuck up.
That's.
Move your phone so we
get
can
the
see
camera.
it.
Put it on the video.
Oh my god.
I
yes.
think it.
Is there a rat?
I think it just crawled in my bag.
Shut the fuck up. Let's go.
Gerald, are you dead ass right
Dude,
now?
seriously, we gotta see this.
I'm not touching this shit.
I don't like this.
Oh my god.
Is it in there?
Oh my god.
I don't know where it went.
Oh my god. This is awesome. The Denver rat.
This fucking road trip cannot end soon enough. We tend to do. And so Kevin Durant, oh, there's a.
Just goes right back into it. Oh my gosh.
And then
My gosh.
He goes
don't
into
like
I lost the airline lost my bag.
Oh no.
Got a rat in my bag.
The game went how it went for
And he-
PHNX.
He did tweet out that after his hit, he shook out his bag and a rat fell out.
No. Oh
Ugh.
my gosh.
The thing is, like, if you scare it in there, I bet it shits. So you kind of have to like let it do its thing.
What is it doing its thing?
Just take
Eat your bag?
No, I mean it doesn't. I mean it's not a bag-eating rat. Like do whatever you gotta do. Get out of there. Like it'll leave. Like it's not gonna stay there forever. You're doing a show. Like you got time. Don't scare the thing so it shits in your
don't know.
bag.
Just a fun
Comfortable.
fact for everyone is once all the people leave the stadium, lots of other things come out.
It is
Ugh.
so true. You're safe when it's packed.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
rat.
stadiums can be weird places.
Well, especially football stadiums because
Yeah.
they're outside.
Yeah.
Well, and with MetLife, remember when the cat ran on the field?
Yeah.
And it came out that there was like some cats living in the
Yeah.
stadium. MetLife welcomed that because
Yeah.
it kept
The mice
the other
or the
rodents
rats, yeah.
issue down, and the cats aren't doing as destructful of things as those other things. So yeah, it's really crazy.
A
Cats
lot
are
of
so
shelter
useful.
in the
Oh
stadium.
my gosh! Wow. And thanks for joining us on the DNVR Broncos podcast. We'll get to the schedule tomorrow.
Ooh.
What, are we done?
Or should we jump into the schedule now?
Oh yeah, we'll get to the schedule.
I couldn't believe we're 42 minutes in right
is
now.
crazy.
That is impressive. So
It's all been good stuff though.
it has. It's been it's been
has.
a true off-season pod.
Yep.
The day before schedule release pod, you hear saying it's just been an okay pod. But let's jump into the schedule because tomorrow, 6 p.m. schedule releases. Tune in with us to break it all down. What's the ideal schedule? What do we want to see? So let's do two things. Let's shake out what we want to see in the schedule, and then let's actually build the Broncos' dream
Yes.
schedule. And we know the Broncos aren't going to have an international game. We found that out today. We found out that they are not going to be the Black Friday game.
Also, the Bears didn't get the Germany game.
Yeah. So was that a bad leak? Because the Chiefs
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
The Chiefs did. So
Chiefs, Dolphins.
unfortunately,
think they changed it just to spite
just
Donna. Is that who leaked it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Donna did leak it.
I hate her.
wait, who?
Donna Kelsey.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either.
Jason really the only redeeming member of that family.
I don't like him either. You have your
Really?
Eagles thing, so you can, but like
Yes.
I have no reason to like him.
He seems
He's-
like
so
a,
he just-
he
he's pretty
seems like a
cool.
good person.
But like I have no interest in learning more about him. All I know is I really hate Travis Kelsey. I really hate Donna Kelsey, and so like
Why do you hate Donna?
it's just annoying.
Oh,
It just yeah.
I don't really have any issues with
So
Donna
do
other
you-
than
They brought her
that-
out at the freaking draft.
do you want to? I
don't wanna see that.
Wasn't she also at the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Like,
she's everywhere.
at the
She
I
got
hate
a
it.
whole like segment at opening media night.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Again, it just I don't like that.
okay.
I don't
This is
like
good.
that.
This is
Yeah.
like true Chiefs hate coming
yeah.
out of Hank.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
to
yeah.
see it.
It's very true.
No,
I hate the I know,
Keep
and
going.
I hate the Chiefs though.
I know. We
Like,
like.
I feel
we
like-
like when we see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Let
well, there we go.
Let that show a little more.
I also
See, he
fear
hates
them.
the Chiefs so much that he hates even the players' moms.
Yeah,
Like that's how deep the
At
hate
least one
runs.
of them.
Allie
At least
like
one of them.
Yeah, I don't know of any of the others, but
Oh, okay. Fair.
because
know.
of Jason. Allie like really likes that podcast,
Yeah.
and she always tries to show me clips, and
Yeah.
I'm like, don't show me clips of that.
exactly.
I mean,
Like if it's just like Jason going on a funny rant, sure, I'll watch.
without Jason, it falls apart.
He's good.
He is good.
He's really good.
I just
he is
can't
good.
open my mind to him.
The Broncos don't play the Eagles though, so we don't have to worry about that. You do have to worry about Donna twice a year, Henry, but not 3 times a year. So really, the one thing that there's a couple of things. The number one thing I want to see on this Broncos schedule is the Jets as early in the season as possible. So ideally, week 1, Broncos Jets. I, however, don't think it's going to be a primetime game. I don't think the Broncos deserve that. I don't think it's as big of a storyline. We've already broke that part down, but that's something I really want to see. Why? Because a really good quarterback, unfortunately, it kills me to say that, joining a new team, probably going to be better later at the season than at the beginning of the season. We saw how the first 5 weeks with Peyton Manning played out in Denver. Broncos were 2-3 in the first 5 weeks, even though it was Peyton frickin' Manning. Then what did they do? They went on an 11-game win streak to end the season. And, we know what happened the rest of that season. But the Jets, I unfortunately think this is how their season's going to unfold. So get them as early as possible.
I think
I'll take
I think Zach might be the highest on Aaron Rodgers on this podcast.
Yep.
Which is what a twist.
What a change
What
of
a
pace.
twist, yeah.
But he's still going to fail come a championship game. And I'll be there for it. Or even
Yeah.
the playoffs. Maybe not even the championship game.
It's just crazy.
They're
Like,
unfortunately going to make the playoffs, though.
I don't think so. I mean, I think
There'll
they're
be a- there'll be a fringe playoff
Yeah,
team.
DraftKings says they're like minus 150 or something. So
Yeah.
they are favored.
I would put them at like minus 300.
I think
Really?
that this is you're like scared of Aaron Rodgers a little bit.
Yeah, now in the AFC,
Yeah.
gotta play him. Gotta be a little closer to him.
I would like to see the Jets early. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
And I think it's happening. I don't know why. I just do.
Yeah,
So you guys buy into the Week 1 primetime game?
Yeah.
yeah. And again, like, because it doesn't matter if the Broncos deserve it. Like, the NFL doesn't think of like who deserves this. It's just like what will people watch, and people, I think, after the train wreck, they'll want to see that, and they just have the crazy storylines.
We can't get into this.
I know, we can't.
Because we have already.
Yes.
But that's also your guys' prediction, not just what you want to see.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go, it's not that, but hope to see it. So if it is week 1, that's also a game in Denver. So that would be nice. Another thing that I want to see the Chiefs in
Early.
Arrowhead week 2.
Early as possible.
Chiefs in Arrowhead week 2. I think the last time the Broncos played the Chiefs in Arrowhead early, Bradley Roby returned the fumble.
Week 2?
A good thing happened. I think it was week 2. A good thing happened, and also
Sunday night football.
get that one out of the way. Don't have the Chiefs in Arrowhead at the end of the season because good teams, they typically are really clicking at the end of the
Yeah.
season
and it's
too.
cold.
Right. Yeah. So please, just early. And it sucks to have, in my opinion, 2 really tough games to start the season. But in the same form, the Broncos are going to be working out some kinks, so might as well work those out against good teams where you lose those games and then you make it up later in the season.
See, I'd go the other way because I don't think they're capable of making up anything. Like, it's just been so many seasons where they're 3-4 and you're like, oh god, here it comes. Like, I really think that this is a team that needs to start like 5-3 at worst to have a real chance, and then you just hope that you can actually beat a couple teams down the stretch. But it's just been so long since they've had like a real shot at the playoffs. Like, I just give me as many early games as possible. But I do agree.
Early.
Or as many easy games as you can. Just give them a chance this year. But I do agree. Like, Chiefs, I'd rather see them early. Jets, I'd definitely rather see them early. So I'm not sure.
Kansas City in December is like hell on earth.
Yeah.
And
even for the greats.
yeah, it just is. And I just mean like as a climate. But also just no one. It's one of the hardest road trips in the league.
I mean, didn't John only win in Kansas City once or twice or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not a fun place to play late in the season. Get it out of the way early.
Should we just build the schedule right now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so week 1, Jets
Yep.
at home.
I
We
saw-
also have this awesome graphic that our lovely producer Yahir made.
I will say I'd probably put them week 2 personally, just because
Jets week 2.
I feel like there's just like a magic that comes with, like, I mean, we saw it with the Broncos last year. Like, I think arguably their best game was week 1, or just like they come out, they don't really know their, like, I don't know. Just
They actually were really good in week
if
1.
I got to choose, I would say get rid of the hype. Don't give the Broncos the Jets hype game. Give them the week 2. Give the Broncos, I think, Bears in the chat, like something like that would be my favorite.
Okay, well now I guess it's just a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I just want Jets very early.
You guys both want Jets first?
So
I'm cool with it.
I can go. No, I can go with your theory that like you should get one of your easiest games first. Just start 1-0.
Yeah.
And I think they actually did get one of their. Well, I guess it didn't turn out to be one of their easiest games. Seahawks made the playoffs.
That's
at
It is
surprise.
all
this
football
time
at
last
the
year,
end
it
of the
looked
day,
like they
yeah.
might have gotten their easiest game in week 1.
It
Yep.
really did.
Okay, so you want to go Bears week 1? Is that a home game?
I don't like that. Bears is a away game.
Okay, I want a home game week 1.
Yep.
Let's
me too.
go Jets. Let's go Jets week 1.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Jets week 1. Then I actually, Henry, I agree with you. I don't want like all of the hard games just over with. I don't want every single hard game and the Broncos start 1-6. Then that is too tough. So I'm okay with it with an easy game week 2. Do we want to go Bears on the road? That could be a good way to break it up.
That would balance things out.
And
I'll
then
let you
go
pick
Chiefs week 3.
I would go more like week 4. Just get some wins in there.
So Bears road week 2, then an easier game at home. Raiders at home week 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, can we also pull up the 2023 Broncos opponents graphic so everyone can see that?
Or even
Just
like the
flip between the
Commanders.
two.
I'd go
See,
Commanders.
you got to save some of these
See, I agree. I agree.
lower tier teams for later in the
Okay,
season.
so here's what we got. Everyone can see these are the Broncos home and away opponents. And then here's also filling out the schedule for us as we go.
This is, by the way, a really good schedule for the Broncos.
It's a very good schedule.
Like, I was looking at this, we had a conversation about the hardest game, and I was like, what? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
there's not that many options. We were taking the Chiefs off the table. Like, this is a good schedule.
There's 7 games this year against playoff teams. 4 of them are Kansas City and the Chargers. And depending on how you view the Chargers, may not be as intimidating of a game as just saying a playoff team.
Yep.
And then you look at the other 3 playoff teams that the Broncos played. The Vikings, who were the opposite of the Broncos last year. The Broncos lost every close game they were in. The Vikings won every close game. So they're probably coming down to earth to an extent. The Dolphins, how intimidating you think they are. Some people probably think they're more intimidating than others, but with their quarterback situation, you may not think it's that intimidating. And then the other one, the Bills. That's a tough game on the road.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to think about a few things here. So, like, for the same reason, can you leave that up, Johanna? For the same reason I want Chiefs out of the way early as possible on the road, I also want Bears and Bills on the road out of the way before, like, the bye week.
I like that. So then we're doing Bears week 2.
Okay.
That's a win.
On the road. Here, can we actually get the schedule now pulled up? This is gonna be your toughest job right now on this pod ever. Okay, so Bears on the road, week 2, week 3.
I think you need another easy one. Because I think at this point you're probably 1-1.
Okay,
So
So you
this
think
is
that
where I
Jets
go
game
like
is tough?
Commanders.
at home.
Yeah.
But what about?
Bears and Commanders are the 2 worst teams on the schedule.
I was gonna say, what about the Raiders? That should be an easier game, division game. Knock it out.
I think that's much tougher. I mean, you've lost 6 in a row to them.
But Russell Wilson owns Jimmy G.
It's very true.
Yeah, the 6 in a row against the Raiders, I think outweighs that in my
And
mind.
this is where Henry and I are going to disagree.
Definitely.
I'm going to want more hard games out of the way early on, and Henry wants kind of the
Yeah.
opposite,
It's just
easier
tough.
games out of the way early on.
Because what scares me is I think if you overload it early, you blow that Bears game, all of a sudden like there's a real chance you start 1-3, and then you're kind of cooked.
Yeah, but if you're not beating the Bears, then
Yeah,
I
you
don't
True.
really know if you're
But
gonna
at least like give me hope. Like let the season matter. Don't lose your chance early. Don't go 1-3 to start.
I agree with Ryan that I don't want to push the Bills or KC game too far down the road.
Really?
So
okay.
let's go week 3 Raiders.
Okay, at home,
Yep.
home
Maybe
Raiders?
Chargers. I don't know. I just want an easy game. I think
I think there's a big difference in Raiders
really
and Chargers.
I'm more scared of the Raiders and the Chargers, and it's probably just recent
It's just
history.
because of the rate. It's just because they're the Raiders and you don't like losing to them.
yeah,
I don't know.
They're definitely not better.
Justin.
No, but I think just matchup. Like for some reason they can't stop Josh Jacobs. Meanwhile, they always shut down the Chargers. You know.
It's a fair point.
yeah.
But
So-
I'm good with whatever.
So Raiders at home, then KC or Buffalo, or what do you guys have?
I mean, I would still just throw Commanders in there because again, I think
There's
if
gonna be you're gonna have like all the playoff teams at the end,
and
of
that's
the season.
fine. If you go into that stretch like 8-6, or I guess you wouldn't be that far along. If you go into that like 6-4, then you know you just need to get a few. But like this one again, like if you put Chiefs here, I think they start 1-3, or 1-3.
Man, they're gonna have.
I
to
don't
beat
think
the
they can come back.
In order to have a winning season, they're gonna have to beat the Raiders
Or Bears.
especially
Or
at
both.
home.
Yeah,
but
both.
definitely both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're. I don't know why you'd be more confident in beating them later in the season than beating them early in the season.
Because if you don't do it, my thing is, if you lose those, just keep yourself alive.
You're just trying to like, give them confidence.
Or just like make it matter. Like again, like I just don't want to see them. I want to make easy games early just so that November, December matter.
You're trying to play for what George Payton said a couple of years ago is being
Meaningful
competitive
football.
and
Yes.
meaningful football in December.
I want it so badly. It's been forever. Like that's the next step for this team, not the playoff. Like playoffs is great. You pull for it. I just want a shot.
You're just looking for hope.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are we going here? What do we decide?
What do you think?
I would go either. We just had a home game, so I'd go either the Chiefs or the Bills. I'd
Let's
give
go.
one of those out of the way because we're already week 4 now.
You and I both agree on getting the Chiefs out of the way early. Let's go Chiefs here.
Okay,
Cool.
Chiefs
I do
on the
agree with
road.
that, too.
One thing we definitely all agree on: illegal Pete's. Henry
Yes.
just took the bull by the horns yesterday and did
Yeah.
that for all of us. Went to illegal Pete's, got the house beer, 5
Yes.
house beers for $15.
That's crazy.
And they're 15-ounce beers. I mean,
Yep.
you cannot beat that deal. Also, if you go to a game, a concert, you bring your ticket stub in, they're going to give you a free marg. Their margs are incredible. And I haven't even talked about their food, but their food is amazing. Henry, did you go with their food yesterday?
Oh yeah. I had a quesadilla. That's been my move. Like the
Quesadilla.
burritos and
I don't
stuff.
think I've ever had an illegal Pete's quesadilla.
I hadn't until like a
They're
couple
really
games
good.
ago. The
Hell
thing
yeah,
is
Really
like
good.
might get that for lunch.
Oh,
the
that's
burritos, obviously incredible, but also it's like 2 meals. And so when you're going to a game, it's like, okay, am I going to eat this whole thing? Am I going to waste some? I can't bring it home. So that's why I've been saving burritos for other times. But the quesadilla is like 1 meal, and then you get all your drinks. And so you're not like
Yep.
overloaded going
Spot
in.
on.
My
Yep.
ultimate life hack, which definitely probably isn't a life hack for actual health, is illegal Pete's burrito at 3 p.m. That's lunch and dinner.
Oh yeah.
All at once?
Definitely.
yeah.
That's
Wow.
yep. That's the move.
You get really hungry for lunch, eat a burrito, then you don't have to eat dinner.
Seriously, yeah. That's the way to go.
I can never do that because I can never eat like
Yeah.
a big enough portion
Fair.
size.
Just like Allie.
Like Thanksgiving meal, we have it at our family in the early afternoon, and every year I'd be like, so what's for dinner at 6? And my parents would be like,
What are you talking about?
we had the lunch, and I'm like, what? I need dinner now. I'm starving.
Yep. This is a struggle for Allie.
Yeah. No, I get it. We have the
Opposite
same one.
pages.
Yeah, well, because I'm just like, oh, she's like, what do you want to do for dinner? I'm like, oh, I just had dinner.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be hungry till tomorrow morning.
Exactly. Yes, it's a move. Or even like, there's other places. I just realized we're doing an ad for something. We shouldn't just throw them out. But like, you just get there's a lot of places they'll just give you a really big portion, and again, it's like that late lunch that carries over.
Yep.
Speaking of illegal Pete's big portions, get the you call them backward nachos.
Reverse nachos.
Reverse nachos, okay. And I think I've started calling them that after you told me that. But the nachos chips on the side is how I would order it.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's just the biggest chips and queso
Yeah.
dip
Yeah.
with other amazing things in it you could imagine, plus the best queso. So
So-
check out Illegal Pete's; it's the best.
I always get confused because I feel like that's just a burrito. Like I've done it before. Is it just no rice is the difference?
You can put rice
no,
in it.
it's-
I put
exactly
rice
like
in mine.
The difference is you get
2 scoops of queso.
massive scoops of queso at the bottom.
It's essentially like getting a burrito bowl with free double
Yes.
queso.
That
Yes,
makes sense.
exactly,
Okay, because I've done it
exactly.
before and it's been really good. But then at one point I was like, wait, why do I always do this?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. But that makes sense.
Illegal Pete's, if you live here, you probably know about it. It's great. If you travel here, a great spot.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're wanting kind of a more casual, fun dinner, or if you want a lunch, it's a great spot.
And it's just like very Denver.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. And it's just, you will not be disappointed.
No, it's delicious.
So check them out. What else do we need to check out, Hank?
Game time.
There we go.
Oh.
No.
No?
Is it game time? Damn.
He was right.
You were wrong again.
Oh wait, I was what?
Check out our friends over at Breckenridge Brewery. Hank, did you say you had some Avalanche Amber Ales last night?
Oh, there's 3 sets of ads.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
it.
after Illegal Pete, damn it, I just.
Yeah, here. Why aren't you giving Hank the little pep talk before the show like you did a couple days
How
ago?
would
He
we have-
doesn't listen anyway. So
How would we have
point?
another ad break after this? And it's already 11.
That's
what
what
a
I'm saying, the show.
It's a good show.
That's why I jokingly wrapped it up a little bit ago, and neither of
No.
you guys got it. It fell flat on its face.
We were just
Well, 'cause I was like, wait,
so
I'm
in
not
the
done
zone
talking.
that we didn't
Yeah,
realize this was
it's-
going
yeah.
on.
It's true.
I was scared. You wanted me to stop talking. But yeah. So after Illegal Pete's yesterday, get to the arena, go get a beer. And it's an avalanche, and it was a really good avalanche. And then so that one disappeared pretty quickly. And then I went and got another one because it was so good. And that was just kind of like the maintain beer throughout
Yeah,
the night.
smart.
And what a great maintain beer that is.
Yeah.
Because so often like beers at games, they can kind of be like they're expensive, so you typically just get bad beers.
Yep.
But when you get
Tasteless beers.
exactly,
Yeah.
and so the Avalanche is just perfect in that it's crushable, but also
Flavorful.
flavorful is the word. So I'm not
That's
good
the-
at talking
that's
about
the
beer.
mix.
There's people who like talk about beer. And it's like, oh, it's hoppy. It's blah blah. And it's
There
like
you
I
go.
don't know.
You sound like it.
Exactly,
Sound like
yeah,
a
but I don't know
connoisseur
what
now.
any of it means. So all I can say is it tastes good, and you can drink it even as it warms up. Which
Notes of hops and barley.
I smell some mint in it, something like that.
I don't think there's mint in any beer.
Damn,
so,
a mint beer
That was
might
wrong.
actually slap.
Yeah. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
We
Like a
should
little
pitch
tea
it.
hybrid.
Yeah.
Then is it just kombucha?
I don't know what kombucha is. Like
No,
I've heard
I
of it,
still
but I don't
don't
know
know.
what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've tasted it once
good.
and it was
There's
like,
something
oh,
fermented.
God.
I know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a different world. Not my world.
Yeah.
It's not mine either.
Yeah. But Breckenridge Brewery is my world. And if you want Breckenridge beers, you can use the beer locator at breckbrew.com. You really can't go wrong. They're all really good beers, so make sure that you grab some of those. And if you're a ballerina, get the Breckenridge beers, get the Avalanche. Also Juice Drop there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to continue on this because we're going to have a tough time. We're going to have a tougher time than the schedule makers actually building this
Yep.
graphic.
Oh, yeah.
And I cannot start Buffs late because I have a hard out. So we have to end this.
All right, let's go.
What time is Buffs?
11:30.
Also, delay a game on RK, so that's kind of on him. So
I did have a delay of game.
Yeah.
And you know what? He admitted it. It's like when a player in basketball gets a foul and they just put their hand up right away. It's like, I respect it. I respect it. Okay.
Remember that commercial?
Really bad time management week for me.
No, it was out of bounds off of me.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst commercial ever.
It was. That just teaches the wrong lesson.
Okay, let's go.
Could not agree more.
Week 5. Should we get into like a ethical conversation now?
I mean, yeah,
I'm
I'll
down.
tell everyone how they should raise their kids.
Probably not good. Okay, there we go. Since none of us have kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be good at it, though. I could make a good kid. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah,
You don't want to do it.
Same thing. Like I'd be sick at owning a that. I
Why
don't
would
want
you
to do
ask
it.
him that? Why would you set him up to talk more?
That's a good point. Week 5.
That is fair.
Week 5. What are we looking at here? So I think we go hard, easy, hard.
I go.
That's
I go.
where we're at. Yeah, here. We need your help.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Come on. All right.
Next,
So what,
4
you got 2 home, 2
games.
road. So you're
We're
good
in
on
the
that.
second quarter of the season. We have 2 home, 2 road right now.
Yep, I like that. We get an extra home game. No internationals.
I'm looking at the Browns, the Commanders, but you guys know my philosophy.
So what week would be Thanksgiving? I want to pencil in Lions on Thanksgiving.
That is definitely going to be Yahir's job. What week of the schedule is Thanksgiving, Yahir?
They all just say September 1st.
Man, yeah, that's tough. That would be. I like that.
That was a damn template, guys.
Let's do a
working
Lions
blindly here.
10:30 a.m. game on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I know.
I love
I
it.
want it so bad.
Also,
Yeah.
what a good spot for the NFL to kind of give the Broncos a primetime game. Like maybe the worst primetime game
The least
that's out
prime
there,
time.
but it's like a primetime game.
yeah.
When you hear
And you can have 2 Thursday games now, so they could still put the Broncos on a different Thursday Night Football.
and you're not guaranteed a primetime game. I don't think that's going to happen with the Broncos. I don't think it's going to be as drastic as that. I'm going to put the over under for you guys. 2.5 primetime games for the Broncos this year.
I've got the over.
I'll take the over as well.
And I'm-
2 Thursdays and a Monday.
Okay. I'm taking the under. I think it's maybe that BS Thanksgiving game and then
that's
one
it.
other night Thanksgiving
Let's let the
game.
Broncos
do
ruin
think-
another holiday for us. Lions on Thanksgiving.
Hey, at least ruin the whole day.
Yeah.
Start at the morning.
Exactly.
I think they'll get 3 or 4, but I do think that it'll be 1 or 2 of them toward the end that will be very flexible.
Okay.
I believe
that's
it's week 12.
Okay.
Also,
If
we
my
would
calculations
all
are correct.
Let's put that in there.
we would all get out of having to prep anything for our family's Thanksgiving.
Very true.
Oh, yeah.
Like we would just do our post game show, go
Yeah.
straight to Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, so much better than a night game.
Nobody ever asked me to do
Or
that.
actually, the Christmas midday was awful
Oh, that was terrible.
because it ruined everything.
Yeah, it did.
It was like your morning was cut short, then there was no afternoon, no night. Plus the fact you knew Nathaniel Hackett was going to get fired the next day. So you're like, well, shit, now my next day is ruined
It
too.
was, yep.
And
And
the
the
game
game
was
was
just-
the worst game of the season.
It was so bad that the nicest guy on the team shoved the backup
And has a
quarterback.
bad reputation now.
Yeah. Can't get a contract.
Turned into the
Insane.
He's a
Grinch.
quarterback shover.
Insane. Yeah.
You just can't do that.
Oh man,
It's like one of those things where it's like
you really can't.
you just I don't know.
You can shove an owner, but not a quarterback.
Exactly. It doesn't take like, oh wow, look, this guy is consistently doing those things. Like nobody does that. If you do it once, then all of a sudden you're in like the 1% of people who would ever do anything like that.
Yeah.
Like you
Back-
you can't shake that tag.
Backup quarterbacks, undrafted, just don't count, in my opinion.
Wow. He's a quarterback.
There, is there really? There's 7 games after that Thanksgiving game.
There might not be. Let me make double check. There's
Oh.
no information on this. I need to calculate it myself.
The week 1 is the week after Labor Day.
It's like
I always
the
get confused
September
with Labor
12th
Day
and
and Memorial
13th
Day.
Or September
something?
10th. September
Yep,
10th.
that's
Yeah.
week 1.
So,
Okay,
this
wait.
damn
so
calendar. It
we
starts on
actually-
Wednesday. I just looked at the end of
Oh my
it.
god,
11 actually. So there's actually 8 games after it.
that's crazy. I
No.
thought Thanksgiving was like the
I
end of
believe
the
it.
season.
No, I mean,
Thanksgiving's November 23rd.
now that you play halfway through January.
So there's a whole other week in November, all of December, and then
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's week 11. I was a little bit off.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I was even more off than you here. Okay.
were.
we have to move faster.
So you here. Let's pull that graphic back up again, please. What we also don't have to do, we don't have to go like week by week. Do we want to choose the last games of the season? We know the last
Yeah,
two
that's
games
what
of
I'm
the
saying, like-
we know the last 2 games of the season are going to be division games.
Okay.
I would prefer Raiders,
yeah.
and Chargers. I don't want the Chiefs there.
Yes.
Or
okay.
unless you make the argument, Chiefs have locked everything up by then, and they're week 18. They're certainly not week 17.
I want the Chiefs after a bye, so I'd take Raiders or Chargers.
Raiders and Chargers. They're the final two.
Oh, it's the last 2 weeks. So yeah, there we go.
Okay, so we
Give me
already
Chargers
have
last.
home to Raiders, so we know one of these two is at Raiders. You want that one last game of the season or
No.
one before?
No. Week 17.
Okay, so week 17. Is that the New Year's?
Yes. Yep. You don't like that?
I just hate Raiders
Players.
around holidays.
Especially an away team in Las Vegas for New
New
Year's.
Year's? Oh, Jesus.
That'd be sick.
I'm getting rid of that.
Do we wanna-
I'm vetoing that. We're not letting
we're
the
voting.
Broncos go to Vegas the week of New Year's.
At the Raiders for the last game of the season just feels like you're set up to fail.
See, that feels better to me. I don't know.
Really.
Better than that. I mean,
So do we want home against the Chargers week 17, away against the Raiders week 18? The Broncos have ended the season at home the past many years, and it just hasn't meant shit. So
yeah,
like,
and
Exactly.
it's been depressing.
Yeah.
That's why you need those easy games early.
I'm okay with that. Raiders on the road, especially too. On the road, what a great time for fans to go out there.
Yep.
Like that could be
So-
even more of a home
Week
field
18
advantage.
Raiders away.
Yep.
In week 17, Chargers home.
Okay. We also get a bye week that we were
Love it.
putting in here. Yeah, here. Do we have 18 games on this schedule? Perfect. You're the man. Okay.
do
where
we go with
want-
like super bye after the Lions game, or is that too crazy?
Like the London one.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, let's go super bye after the Lions game and
Yes.
into the Chiefs
And
game. Are
then
you guys
into
down?
the that's at home. Yeah.
I don't know about a week 12 bye. It's really late.
Too late, but
Yeah.
man, if you're making a push though,
It would be nice.
I would backload the schedule with a bunch of tough teams, so I would put the bye somewhere in there.
Okay.
man,
Is that the latest bye
like
week
this.
possible?
I think week 13.
Okay.
I was shocked that last week there were still buys going so late.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that. We have all but the Chargers at home on the schedule. Mm-hmm. No, Chargers on the road.
Yes.
So where do we want that one?
I think that's an easy game to me personally. The Chargers are not scary.
I want this in the second half of the season.
Okay.
I
Okay.
want warm weather road games
Oh, okay.
in November and December.
Okay. Yeah, here, can we pull that up, please? You don't want that right after the Chiefs, though, do you?
No.
Probably a week of separation.
Oh man,
I mean,
we're
I don't
putting
think
that
it
game.
really
Yeah,
matters.
I'd be
game
kind of down
late.
for it right there.
Also, the issue then you're going to be playing the Chargers like twice in 4 weeks. I mean, maybe that's not an issue.
Yeah.
That's just something to bring up.
Yeah.
I think
You guys like that?
I do. I really like that.
The Broncos, and then we got the Chiefs at home after the bye. Man, I think you guys are sleeping on the Chargers.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
someone
just
says
the
that
history.
to me every year. It's
Like,
never
yeah.
been right.
It's very. I mean,
Yeah.
they made the playoffs last year.
Yep.
Yeah, but they weren't.
To be
Scary.
kind of fair.
But they won like 10 games and lost to the Jags. Like
1-1 against the Broncos.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you guys want to do Chargers the week after the Chiefs?
I
That's
might just do
Chargers.
it right after,
3 times. Oh God.
just to avoid having it too close.
Let me see this.
It's not my ideal schedule if we do that, but that's okay.
I wouldn't mind putting it before the Lions.
I like that a lot more.
Okay. Yeah.
Dan, that's tough though.
It's still
In,
it's still late November.
Oh, but it's a home game.
No, this is a road game.
You're right.
Yeah.
Shoot, you're right. So yeah, road
Oh, but
game.
then that would be
then
back-to-back road games.
with very short notice. I don't think you can do that. What about the week before that?
So who do we want? I guess the Lions are the short week.
Yep.
That's fine. You get a full week before. I think that's fine. Although, yeah, going from LA to Detroit.
Right. With 4 days notice.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
not
do that.
great. That's not
That's gotta be a home game.
Okay. So what home games do we have left?
We
Commanders right
have
there?
we got the Commanders. Yep. Home game Commanders before the Lions.
Yeah.
I mean, what a
way of
potentially
getting to the
good
bye.
way to go into your bye. Although I think Lions are going to be good, maybe not great, but
Yeah.
good.
They'll be fine.
They were good last year.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's what I mean. Yeah, beatable, but
Yeah.
like also it's not a gimme. So yeah, I like that gimme before that with
Okay.
the Commanders.
Commanders
Although
there.
they almost made the playoffs last year too, which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
That is crazy. But I mean, whatever.
I mean, a lot of teams almost make the playoffs.
All right, we got 8 minutes to finish this.
8 minutes. Why don't you tell us about Game Time, Henry?
It's where you buy your tickets.
So I got mine
Did
last
you
night.
boys? Yeah, you both use it.
Yep. It was
season
actually
tickets.
a mad scramble for me.
Yep.
So I messed up. Didn't pounce on the tickets I saw early, and I was just like, wait, to the point where I was like, okay, we're going to the game, but we don't have tickets yet.
You literally said earlier, which blew my mind. You said you saw that Mel Tucker was in the stadium and you didn't have tickets yet.
No,
Yeah.
that was at 6
That's the
o'clock.
move.
The game was at 8.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I didn't have tickets till 7:40.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
If we don't buy tickets, we're buying them like on the property.
Yeah.
That is
So
amazing.
in the car on the way there, I was just like pressing refresh over and over
Yeah.
on Game Time, just waiting because those people, like, I don't know who's running these things, but like they're changing the prices like every minute in the last 30 minutes.
Wow.
So like I was just waiting, and finally, basically my decision was, now that I've decided we're going to the game, if I don't see tickets fall below this certain price in the first level, then I'll just take third level.
Yep.
And so I was just waiting. Saw some, got them, already taken. Waiting. Boom, boom, got them. And got first level, 11th row.
Damn.
It was sick.
Were you right behind the glass?
Like a little off to the side.
Okay. Yeah, those are insane.
Yeah, they were great, except for those people in front of me.
Yeah, they suck. Sit down.
No,
Unless it's a vibe.
don't sit
Unless
down.
it's a vibe.
It's all playoffs are the vibe.
No, but you have to.
Everybody else needs to follow him.
19,997 people are sitting down. You're not changing the whole culture of the game by standing up.
But everybody else should stand up. Like, I always want to stand up.
So do I.
And so
But
that's
I
why,
just
like, that's why I'm just hoping somebody else does so
It's
I
like
can justify
reclining
it.
your seat on an airplane. Like, it's just
Yeah.
not the right thing to do.
Right.
Of course I want to recline it. Of course
only
I want to
one-
stand up the whole game.
If
But,
only
yeah.
one person is reclining.
Yes.
But if everyone's reclining, then yeah, that's
Exactly.
great.
But everybody's not going to recline if nobody reclines first. Like, I'm not going to be first to stand.
Okay.
You need somebody to do it.
That's fine for like the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Check out our game time.
Shout out.
Use promo code DNVR to get $20 off when you download the app with your first purchase. We love them. Clearly, use that code DNVR. Okay, let's roll through this. So you're here. Where do we stand right now? Oh, he's sleeping on the job. Wow.
Sleeping on the job.
Okay, so we've got command. Okay, so we've got this all set. Chargers, where do we want them? Do we want them before that? Chargers away. Do we want it before the Commanders game? Because that's a home game.
Sure.
I like
Or-
that there.
Okay, yeah. Yep, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we have one more big hurdle in my mind is where are we putting Buffalo? In Buffalo.
I put them
it's-
right before that last Chargers game.
I feel the opposite. We have to fill out that entire middle second
The
bar.
red row. And Chiefs is week 4. We have week 5, 6, 7, and 8 open. It can't go week 5, but I don't want them much later.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would go.
I want them much later.
I would go week 7 and then put 2 easy games in between KC and Buffalo.
I can get
Yeah.
behind that.
Yeah.
It's kind of meeting in the middle, Hank.
Yeah. Go like at the Texans
Okay.
and
Okay, so let's do this.
kind
After
of out of the easy ones.
After the first Kansas City game you hear, we're going to go. Give me 2 easy ones. At the Texans.
Versus the Browns. That's probably the next
Yeah.
easiest.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. At the Texans versus the Browns.
You probably want the Packers in that first stretch too with Jordan Love early.
Yep, right after Buffalo probably.
Okay.
All right, we just filled out the entire middle.
Yep.
I love it. And then what? Oh, geez, Louise. Now what else do we have? We have 2 more games. That's it. The home stretch.
Yep.
Dolphins, Patriots,
Wait, no, we have-
Vikings.
So you want at the Texans?
no. At the Texans is after the first Chiefs game.
Exactly. Oh,
Boo. Boo. See, look, that didn't make him do
You
any
know
better.
what? We asked just a little bit from our producer, and this is what we get. I'm kidding. It's a really dope graphic you hear. So then
Those clicks sound kind of slow.
wow. So then 3 final games after that second Kansas City game. We've got the Patriots at home. We've got the Vikings at home. And we've got the Dolphins on the road. I like Dolphins on the road late.
Yep.
So I think
Yeah.
I think we've done this well. So we
Yep.
have 2 home games and an away game.
So go Dolphins before that. Like Dolphins is the last one, right before. No.
So week 6. Okay, we'll just take a step back to help you here. Week 6 is the Browns.
You guys can just say them all out. I can do it more real quick.
Okay, week 6 is the Browns. Week 7 is at Buffalo. And then what did we say week 8 was?
Um.
Oh, week 8 was the Packers at
Yep.
home. Because that's another good point. Jordan Love, if
Yep.
he's the truth, I'm not sold on that at all. But if he is the truth, he's probably going to be better later in the season. So you get that in the first half of the season.
I don't think he's the truth. And my thing is like, they'll kind of ride this early wave, like not enough tape on him, and then people will figure him out. So getting him in the middle there is a good
Okay,
thing for
so
me.
week 8, hopefully
Yeah.
things are put in place then. The Bills on the road.
Oh boy.
He told us he could do this quick. I don't understand.
Remember, you're trying to go slow.
yeah, exactly.
So that's my reasoning. Delay a game. I'll just keep using that over and over again.
Wow, it just keeps bringing up that up. And then after the Bills, we've got the Packers at home. While I help you here with these final ones, what do we think of the schedule? How it's breaking down?
I think
Not
it looks
bad.
great.
Yep.
And I do think it's kind of a good mix of what I want and what Hank wants as well.
Yeah.
Kind of a balanced schedule.
That Texans Browns is going to be nice to have. Because
It's
looking
going
at
to be
like
a must win.
exactly, because I think like Jets is a loss, Bears, Raiders. Realistically, I think you probably split.
I don't think Jets is a loss.
Okay.
Also,
I
if you think
agree
Jets
with
is a
you,
loss, I
Henry.
think it's crazy that you wanted it in week 1.
I wanted week 2. I think it's just because you want them early.
Does that look right?
Yep.
Yep.
And then after the second KC game, let's finish this out. Okay, guys, we've got home.
Home to Patriots right there.
Yep, home to the Patriots. Man,
And then
definitely
home to
want-
Vikings, and then at Dolphins.
Yep.
Oh, that's a 3-game homestand. Those are rare. But
Wait, we're missing a game. No,
We
no,
have
no,
Patriots,
no, we're not.
Vikings.
Patriots, Vikings, and then Dolphins.
Yeah.
You're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we could do Patriots,
Dolphins,
on the road,
Vikings, yeah.
Vikings at home. Yeah, and 2 out of the last 3 at home.
Patriots, Vikings, then Dolphins on the road.
Yep.
No, Dolphins is right after
Patriots,
Patriots.
Dolphins, Vikings.
Yep. Perfect.
We did
We
it.
did it.
We
We built
did
the
it.
dream schedule for the Broncos, and it was smooth and easy with no hiccups.
Wow.
And you hear you did such a good job. Thank you. So tomorrow, reminder, 10 a.m., we're going live. Then at 6 p.m., we're also going to be going live, breaking down the Broncos' real schedule. What are the odds we got this right?
Probably like 1 in 5 trillion.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. Just
What
going
if
through
we
it quickly.
just did though?
That would be so
be
incredible.
Can you
awesome.
imagine the amount of luck it requires to like avoid all conflicts without knowing any of the
Yeah.
conflicts?
People wouldn't believe us
they
because
wouldn't.
of the other video that we
Yeah.
put out.
Yeah.
Guys, it would be, oh my God, guys, this one's actually real.
Well, I mean, we'd be able to prove it.
Yeah, we would.
People actually know. Then people would just be like, "You guys got a leak."
Oh, that's
That
true.
is
That's
probably
true.
true.
Man, if we actually had the leak
And did this?
we did it,
This is how we
somehow
did
put
it?
it together.
That would be the greatest leak of
If
all
you guys had
time.
the
Oh,
leak
man.
and you guys made me do it this way without any preparation, I would be so pissed. Like,
We'd
I
have
would
to
be
do it
yelled
this
at.
way. You hear? We'd have to do it this way to make it seem real.
Yeah, but at least I would be like, okay, I kind of can organize it a little bit better. Like, if you guys did
Dang.
this live on the
We
show,
didn't
I
want to
would
let
be
enough
pissed.
people in on the crime.
Right.
Only the 3 of us knew.
Oh, that'd be so
Or what if
good.
only one of us knew?
Right,
and
right,
we were just
right.
like playing like
Such a good manipulator.
exactly.
Yeah,
Super
cool.
chats real quick.
Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah.
we have super chats.
Okay, good.
That's perfect.
We do need to.
Greg S. says, hoping to make a trip from Tampa to Denver this season. Huge fan of the pod and pretty big Broncos fan, LOL. Need to go to a tailgate for sure. Can't wait
Bigger
to meet
fan
you,
of
Greg.
us than the Broncos. We like that.
You know what? Over these past
We've had
7
more
years,
success.
that's
Yeah, that
happened.
is
Yeah,
true.
it's very true. We don't have a loss record, which is nice. Just
no
a win.
else.
Just
No
a
else.
win record. Yep. Today
Yep.
was a win. That's all I know.
Big win.
Okay, Buffs.
All right. Yes,
Hit us
Buffs
with
coming up at
hit us with the
11:30.
thumbs up before you get out of here. We'd really appreciate it.
See you guys.
On the website.